How you doing? This is Kaylana, the Blessed Driver here, and I know it's been a while since I've been with you. I apologize about that, but you guys know I've been working and I just been, taking care of some things, and so that's kind of what's been going on in my world. However, I want to talk with you guys real quick about some things I saw on the internet, and actually there was an article and it was on the news, and it was here in Florida. It was in, if I'm pronouncing it right, it's Lutz, Lutz, or Lutz, Florida. And basically, on the news, the reporters were saying that there are Uber Eats drivers, not to my surprise, it's not just them, that are allegedly taking customers' food and intentionally canceling the orders so that the Uber Eats drivers can eat them for themselves. And so I wanted to actually, I was going to do more of like a reaction video to this, but I don't really have the time to do all the editing and stuff like that to it. So what I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to, you guys can look down in the link below in the description box, and there's a link to the actual article and also to the video from the news channel where you guys can actually see what happened to this woman. So basically the articles on the article and the interview was from a woman here in Florida that allegedly says that her food was intentionally stolen or canceled by an Uber Eats driver when the driver allegedly could not get a hold of her. And so now keep in mind, guys, now this does happen frequently, and I'm sure that some of you guys experience this, not just with Uber Eats, but on other food delivery platforms like Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, and some of the other ones. And so, but I'm just telling you what happened with Uber Eats. And so I'm going to get to the other part later. So, and basically what happened was she says that she has 6 kids. They're going to eat some dinner and plan a meal before Thanksgiving. And then she gets a notification saying that the driver was not able to contact her and that her order was canceled. And so she reached out to Uber Eats, and Uber Eats allegedly said that they were not able to refund her money back because she was not available. So when she reached out to the news station contacted Uber Eats about it, and then Uber Eats, of course, refunded her money back. Now, this order was over $60, and so she was basically upset about the whole situation, which I understand, but she said that she never received a notification, an email, a text message, nothing. Now, what the article and actually what the article is insinuating from what the news station is saying is that there are loopholes. And I've seen a lot of stuff, and I'm sure that some of you guys that are watching this either have done it or have seen this happen to other people, that allegedly there are loopholes that a lot of drivers do in order to get free food. Now, my thing is, it's not to point out anybody's sins or what they're doing, but I'm just wanted to address this because I've seen it with my own eyes. Now, it depends on what's in your own heart and what's your motive, because I can't speak for everybody because I don't know. However, you'll know what your true intentions are when you try to cancel an order. Now, there are different reasons as to why orders get canceled by drivers, and not just with Uber Eats, but on some of the other platforms. Generally, there are many situations, many times where the driver does try to reach out to the customer, and the customer does not pick up their phone. They don't enter their text messages, none of those things. And so, and once the customer is unavailable, then we do have to, of course, cancel the order. Or if customer service on the app-based gig is not able to reach you guys, customers, then of course, the order has to be canceled. And so there's different ways that, we can go about trying to reach a customer. Now, there are some customers who may have a family member or a loved one or somebody to order the food for them, and they may not have a smartphone or access to the platform. So if you try to text them, they may not get the text message, okay? Or the customer could be at work and they're not able to answer their phone, different things. So they can only, just order and then just go back to work and do what they're doing, or whatever the situation is. Maybe the kids are screaming and the mom had to go and take care of the kids and put the baby to sleep and she didn't hear the phone ring, or there's different reasons as to why a customer may not be available, but it's not always intentional. Now, like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but if you guys watch the video, you'll see what happened to her. And she was very upset about that. And I can understand where she came from. Now, I was not there. I do not know what really happens. And so this is coming from her perspective. Allegedly, the driver, she feels like, intentionally canceled the order. But does this happen? Yes, it does. Unfortunately, it does happen. And so, my thing is, it depends on I can't speak for every driver, but it depends on the driver. You got some drivers that intentionally do that to get free food. And they'll go on these forums and they'll go on some of these Facebook groups and post these pictures and brag about it and things like that. And so, but what they do, I'm not saying, because we've all done it as far as posting pictures and stuff like that, but there are many genuine circumstances where orders have been canceled because customers were not able to be reached. And so the question that I know a lot of people have are, well, are drivers intentionally stealing food? And of course they are, of course. But it's the bad drivers that give some of the good drivers, a bad name or bad reflection upon the company, and it's not fair. But this doesn't mean that everybody is like that, okay? But however, there are many situations, as you guys know, where customer is not there. Like, we call, we'll text, we'll reach out to customer service and have them call back, and then the customer was like, oh man, I was in the shower, or you know what, I didn't hear my phone, or you know what, I was on the other line. In my situation, many times that I'm not able to reach a customer, I'll always get the same excuse if the customer does respond back, oh, you know what, I didn't hear my phone ring. Or if I do finally reach the customer and I finally get to them, once I get to the house, they're always on the phone. Usually, majority of the time, if they're not working or emergency happened or whatever, usually they're on the phone. And so you're like, okay, you ordered food, and I mean, why they're on the phone is none of our business. They could be talking to a loved one. They could be in the middle of a conference call, emergency, whatever. It's none of our business. But I think that that excuse is like, okay, well, you ordered food, so I tried to call. Because sometimes reaching out to a customer can mean you're outside of a gate or it's locked. You need a gate code to get in, security, whatever the case may be. Or maybe it's in an area that's hard to reach, hard to find. There's different reasons why. And so if we can't find you, but also, as far as some of the drivers, it doesn't mean that if you can't find a customer, you intentionally cancel the order, just to get free food because you don't want to walk. I mean, like, I have been guilty of that before, so my thing is, it's like, I can't speak for everybody. Only the driver would know if they were genuine about attempting to deliver the food or not. But in this situation, when I saw the video, I was like, man, that's pretty sad. And so everybody doesn't think like you or me or whatever, or think like the customer, because I'm sure some of you guys that are watching this that are drivers at one point had the same thing happen to you. And so that's something to think about. Okay, well, if I'm a driver and I intentionally do not want to deliver the food because I want it for myself or because I'm lazy, and then you order something for yourself one day or for your family, and the driver does it to you, well, it's kind of like you're reaping what you're sowing. So that's kind of like, some people call it karma. So just be careful about that. You know what I mean? And so, but like I said, if the customer's not available, you try to call, you try to text, or you're at the gate and they're not answering, whatever the case may be, then we have to follow protocol. And so if you're not reachable, we got to follow protocol. You understand? And so with this situation, guys, you guys have to watch the video and see what happened to her. It's kind of messed up, but it's sad that some of these drivers actually make fun of customers that aren't able to be reached and call them names. And I can see if the customer was being verbally abusive or abusive to the driver, of course, they're going to cancel the order, because there's so many reasons why an order can be canceled. And I think that sometimes customers may not always tell the truth, and then sometimes drivers may not always tell the truth. So it can kind of go both ways. But in either case, the only people that will know what's really genuine is either the driver or the customer. And so you guys will have to like weigh that on your own. So anyway, guys, the link to the actual interview and article is down there below, and you'll see the video. I think it's WFLA. It's here in Florida, and you'll kind of see what happened with the whole situation. So anyway, guys, that's the question. I mean, do you really think that some of these drivers are actually stealing food for real? And so only you would know, and only they would know if that's the situation. So anyway, I'm going to bounce. I just want to share that with y'all because it seems to be like an epidemic, and I pray that it doesn't continue, because this could affect all of us in the long run on any of the platforms, not just Uber Eats, but some of the other ones. So I hope this doesn't become like a continuous epidemic for everybody. So anyway, God bless y'all. Peace out.